Ladies and gentlemen, the man from Tsekuro, Kalonzo Musyoka, seems not to be mincing his words and is not just ready to keep quiet about what is happening in the country. After 7 hours of a meeting between Raila, Uhuru and Kalonzo Musyoka in State House, they came out and Kalonzo will say Raila Tosha. But it seems there are some voices of dissent that are still simmering because Kalonzo is out. He seems to be the person that is the messenger of that meeting. Or is it about learning from the past where political agreements were never to be made secret again? Or how is this playing out in the public about his intent to support Raila Odinga in Azimio la Umoja? And is it Azimio Oka or Azimio la Umoja? Now, if you ask me, I think on paper it will be an Azimio Oka deal. But in the political space, it will be an Azimio la Umoja. This is very critical for the political messaging and coherence in campaigns. It is not going to be easy even to package inawezekana with Azimio Oka. But I'll tell you why Raila still needs to be happy about Kalonzo's endorsement in my next video. So make sure, guys, if you're watching this and you have not yet subscribed, take a second and subscribe. And also click the notification bell. Kindly give this video a thumbs up so that it can actually increase its rating in the YouTube space. Now, I don't know whether I am the only person that is following Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, today he was making a statement at his Tekuru home, and he's trying to divulge more of what happened between him, Raila, and Uhuru Kenyatta. Then he seems to be the person that is out to tell the country what is going on. The other day he was blaming Charity Ngilu, that Charity Ngilu is the person that delayed, that was telling Raila not to sign the deal. And I'll tell you why there's some truth in it and why Charity Ngilu was delaying that signing. So I felt like Kalonzo went down there in Kitui to try to incite, or rather to set up Charity Ngilu against Kitui voters. Now, this is partly why Charity Ngilu was protesting. Kalonzo was saying that all the three counties of Machakos, Kitui, and Makueni should be exclusively left for Wiper Party, that no any other party in the Azimio coalition will be allowed to field a candidate. Then that was setting Raila against Charity Ngilu, because the truth of the matter here is Charity Ngilu is a formidable candidate for the Kitui gubernatorial seat, even though Charity Ngilu was willing to go and vie, even if not through NAC, but vie as a coalition candidate like Azimio la Umoja candidate for the Kitui seat. So this is something that Charity Ngilu did not agree. If you look at those two governors, Machakos and Makueni, they're not seeking re-election. So that clause was not rubbing them wrongly, but that clause was rubbing Charity Ngilu wrongly. Now, another revelation that Kalonzo is making today is that the Secretary General of Wiper did not sign the document that was saying, you remember the document by Junet Mohammed, that they were endorsing Raila Odinga to be presidential candidate. I don't know why, and according to him, that there is something that did not go right. No one knows what that is. In this video, I want us to look at what Kalonzo is saying as the next move of our fellow Okako principal, Martha Karua. So which way, Martha Karua? And I'll try to make it very brief. But let me bring to your attention here that part of the revelation that is coming out is that Raphael Tuju played a key role in brokering the Azimio Oka deal. He was part of the State House meeting, even though Raila also went with Charity Ngilu. So, and the Wiper leader had also gone with some MP that is still not named. And of something of essence here is that Raphael Tuju is supposed to go and seek the Nairobi gubernatorial seat as White and Zioka, who was working in State House initially, to be his deputy. and Waita is coming from Machakos. Now, that is also somewhere in the smokes. In fact, I will do some analysis exclusively on what Raphael Tuju entry in Nairobi politics will actually spell for both ODM and Jubilee, because Jubilee had Ngatia and ODM have Tim Wanyonyi. Actually, ODM had already endorsed Tim Wanyonyi. But it will also mean that Raphael Tuju will be a compromise candidate, because these two factions seems they're not really ready to agree on a compromise candidate. Now, let's go to Martha Karua. What exactly is the next move for Martha Karua? Kalonzo is saying that Martha Karua did not feel comfortable with the Oka Azimio deal. That I think she did not. And I think I analyzed here that that deal would actually mean the exit of Martha Karua. And just by my word, when I was analyzing, I was just preempting, because it was just a bit of my speculation. But Kalonzo is vindicating that statement by saying that Martha is likely to walk away. And according to Kalonzo Musyoka, the deal is both good for Oka and Azimio, but Martha Karua will have to assess the situation in Kirinyaga. That's where the point is. So, according to what is happening, that Martha Karua is not going, or was not really keen on the national politics, but was just going to seek the Kirinyaga gubernatorial seat. This leaves Oka very open with only two options. That if Oka's new deal is there, and there is supposed to be someone on ballot with Raila Odinga, Kalonzo is trying to drop a hint that either him or Gideon Moi are likely to be the candidates to be Raila Odinga, to run with Raila Odinga, if that running mate slot is going to Kalonzo Musyoka. But for the record, let me tell you, Raila Odinga's running mate will come from Central Kenya. That one I can bet. It will come from Central Kenya. The person that is going to be deputy will come from Central Kenya. That one I can bet you. Now, if that is one thing, so let's go to Martha Karua. If she's going to seek the Kirinyaga gubernatorial seat, which way? Then what answers my question is here. Martha Karua is unlikely to join UDA, as people have been trying to peddle the rumor. Because, one, if she goes to assess the ground, she cannot work with UDA because the presence of Anne Waiguru. If she wants the governor's seat, she cannot go there because Anne Waiguru is already there, and Anne Waiguru is a competitor. So on that ground, the door is closed. Secondly, if she's to go to UDA, or rather the Kenya Kwanza, I think she cannot go to UDA, she can only go to Kenya Kwanza. If she's to join to Kenya Kwanza, then she doesn't become a presidential candidate, or rather not a presidential candidate, she doesn't vie as a governor, then the position of being a deputy president. Now, one thing I have understood, that William Ruto already have hardliners, and they consider Martha Karua as a latecomer. For your information, William Kabogo and Moses Kuria also joined, eyeing the same position. So that renders Martha Karua persona non grata on Martha's running mate. Now, so what is happening is this. Martha Karua only has three options. One option is to go to vie as a NARC Kenya candidate and face off with Anne Waiguru and Girishe. But can she win against the two? You will be answered that she cannot make it. So she also stands to lose. So the second option, and which I think is the only option, she doesn't have any other option outside Azimio, is to go and vie but still remain in Azimio Oka deal. She needs to remain in Oka Azimio deal. And I think Jubilee can help her, even if they might not win, but Jubilee can subdue on their candidate in Kirinyaga to support Martha Karua. Secondly, in the event that she doesn't win that seat, which is very likely, she doesn't win that seat, and on this other side, Azimio and Oka form the government, there is a possibility, there is a window for her to be absorbed in the next government instead of just going to remain as a NARC Kenya candidate. But I don't really feel that this is something that she has to look at, because if she goes to Kenya Kwanza, she cannot get the running mate. she cannot have the ticket. Instead of going there as Na Kenya, which she did last time, she just rather go with the Azimio Oka deal. You never know. In fact, they can subdue on, they can even find a way. If Purity Ngirishi does not go with Jubilee and Purity Ngirishi goes with as independent, then she goes with Azimio. If last time she could be in a position to gather, she gathered around 120,000 votes, and she also protested that maybe the election was there were some malpractices. She stands a chance, not even to win, but then to be in the next government. I think that is something that Martha Karua should consider. Lastly, this is I'm just looking at it, and in this I'm just going to be a devil's advocate. Here is, if she forms an alliance with Jimmy Wanjigi and the Safina, because Jimmy Wanjigi is another presidential candidate, can she marshal votes enough to win the Kirinyaga gubernatorial seat? I don't know. That is also on table. Guys, that's my analysis. But it is now clear that because of her interest to win Kirinyaga gubernatorial seat, she doesn't have a chance in UDA.